I'll read the dang thing. We'll do it live.
Or are we going live?
Have y'all ever seen that video? Who was that? Like, was it Bill O'Reilly? The freak out.
Isn't he dead? Isn't Bill O'Reilly dead?
No, he's alive and kicking.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
I think so.
Which one of those guys died?
Yeah, he's still alive.
I thought one of those guys. Did one of those guys die? One of those like old news guys?
Walter Cronkite?
People are dying every day.
That's true. It's nothing new, right? Nothing new. Oh, yeah.
Nothing new. What's new with you guys? Wait, what do you guys been up to?
Mixed surfaces, huh?
Oh yeah, should we do the welcome?
Yeah. Yo, folks, welcome. We are back. I think we're organized. We have our notes. Graham had some technical issues, but he got them resolved. You know, down in Tennessee, the internet is kind of sketchy. Jason's got some elements that we're going to also talk about as well. You know, so we'll cover all that stuff. But first and foremost, I want to thank our sponsors, our partners. You know, Reland. If you are riding hard, which I've been training because I have one last race to go in Missouri somewhere. It's really hilly, not my favorite, but I've been using Reland to recover every day. And we also have all-live.com. I do like that name, by the way. Olive oil. We cook with it. Graham, because you just kind of drizzle it. You don't even cook with it. You just kind of drizzle it on your salad and stuff.
I wake up every morning and there's a bottle sitting next to my bedside table, and before I brush my teeth, I just chug it. Just chug it down.
Swig it. So we have that, and you guys are probably wondering, it is really good. It's high in phenols, and those do help with inflammation. Last but not least, World of Bikes and Jason.
Flat Tire Bike Company.
Bike Company. There we go.
World of Bikes. I'm doing double duty here.
We need to get a code for people that they can use when they come into the shop for Flat Tire. I do need to get that one from Beck also. But anyway, without further ado, we got stuff going on. Want to talk about it. All right. But now that we thank the sponsors, cheers.
We thank the sponsors. Yeah. What's your favorite Real and Nutrition brand flavor?
I like the chocolate better.
Chocolate.
Yeah. I did the vanilla, but the vanilla is good. I think if you're gonna do like pancakes, you know.
Yeah.
I've been trying VC. You know, do you guys follow VC, Vegan Cyclist?
He's not Vegan Cyclist anymore. Don't call him that. It's just VC Adventures.
Yeah. But he's still vegan. Still
dude, you know what? Yeah, how much food he eats?
300 grams of protein a day.
So my thing is like I just cannot eat. I don't like food enough to eat that much. Like I just can't do it. No way.
You said he eats 300 grams of protein a day.
Yes,
that's what it tells us.
Yeah, and he's also into this like ultra high carb fueling, where he's taken down like 200 to 240 grams of carbs per hour on the ride.
Well,
also it's like how?
I think he has a colostomy bag or something like that, because there's no way I could do it.
I mean, I've always been told that you really can't process more than like 200 grams of carb or 200 calories worth of carbs an hour, right? Is that what it is? Is it 200 calories?
No, I think it's 200 grams of carbohydrates.
200 calories, so like 90 grams of carbs is like 240 calories. I think.
That will be fine. Yeah, I think it's carbohydrates.
But your body can't process much more than like the 200. So if he's doing 240, really?
No, he's doing 300 for protein.
That's a
and then 240 for carbohydrates on the bike. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Protein on a bike?
No.
That's a day.
Separate things. Yeah. Two independently astounding facts. One, he's eating like 5 grams per kilogram of protein per day, and 2, he's eating over 200 carbs an hour on the bike. Like that would be, if a gel's got what 30 grams of carbs in it, like
Yeah.
I mean 200, so we're talking 6 gels an hour.
I'll be like instantly here. Like usually I do a 60-mile race, and I'll do like, between my bottles and I'll throw in some caffeine gels. I'll do like usually 3 caffeine gels at the end, and then maple syrup in my bottles. And man, like usually with 40 miles in, I'm like, it's right here. Everything's right here.
Yeah, and my thing too is like, I mean, so if you're eating six gels an hour, let's just say you're doing that. I mean, that's at one every 10 minutes. Like it takes me several minutes to get a gel down, unless it's like one of those isotonic gels. Like it's like eating cake.
Freaking prima donna over here. Just swap it out now, man. Just do it.
Not about that life.
I just did the whole Google, 300 grams of protein. It's unless I'm reading it wrong, like 7 ounces of chicken, a 12-ounce steak, 2 6-ounce cans of tuna, a half a dozen eggs, 3 cups of milk, and 7 ounces of tofu.
Yeah, but the only thing that guy eats is the tofu because he's vegan.
Yeah.
So he's getting it from like
stuff that
beans.
I guess that's not a lot of
tempeh, beans, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I mean, if
dude, I mean, credit to him though. I mean, pull up a picture of him. The guy is
he's
shredded.
But he also like has like 30,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
Where do you find time to do that? And he still works too. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Graham, why are you tired today? What the hell have you been up?
I've been yogging, soft J yogging a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Man, I lifted weights this morning, and then I ran 7.5 miles. It was Yeah. Honestly, it sucks.
Do 8, could you?
Well, honestly, no. Like I tried to like plan my route to get back to the truck like right at the end of the workout, and I was like about a quarter mile short, so I had to run through the parking lot a little bit, and yeah, I was so barn sour at that point that I just was like, I did a lap around the truck, and as I passed the truck, I remote started it, so it was at least cooling off to where when I came back around, it was a little bit colder.
Was today a longer day, or because you're just training for a half a marathon, right?
Yeah. Today was like a hills interval day, so it was like started off like 1.5 miles of just warm up, and then it was basically like over unders of threshold pace, which like my threshold pace is not that fast, but
now what is your threshold pace since you had to bring it up
for an hour? I think I could run like for an hour at like 8-minute miles if I had to.
Yeah,
pretty good.
If Taylor in the chat there, if it's survival, I bet I could knock that down to like, well, whatever's faster than the person next to me. That's what it would be. Yeah.
Are you running? How many days a week are you running?
3. I like lift 3 times a week, ride twice, run 3, so a couple double ups.
All right.
Yeah.
So
is this a long run, or you do? Go ahead, Rio.
No. Mine is ridiculous. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you if are you? Is it 7 miles a longer run? So you're doing a couple of shorter runs and then a long run, or
yeah, it's usually like 2 easy runs that are like 5.5 to 6 miles, 1 long like tempo run, and then usually like 1 speed work run, which is like 4 miles with like I don't know, half-mile intervals or something like that. But I'm using the Runna app, which is like they acquired Strava acquired them. Yeah. I just figured I would check it out because they claim to be using like machine learning and AI to help set up your plan. And I don't know a whole lot about running, and it's so hard when you don't have power and you're used to riding on the bike where you can see definitive numbers.
Hold on, let me cut you short. Don't you have a Garmin watch?
Yeah.
Garmin has running power, unless yours is old. Is it from 2005?
It's older. What do I have to do to get it on?
Go out tomorrow. Actually, hold that thought. We have a contact at Garmin, so don't buy a new one until I talk to you. But you do need a new watch. You can get running power. Like I got, running power on mine. So, yeah. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead. So it's running is hard without power. But now we know.
I mean, why are we talking about running on a cycling podcast? I think the long story short, running sucks. It's not fun. I would much rather be on a bike, but I'm committed. I'm going to do this. So sometimes I got to do it. Okay. Yeah. So
it's good, man. I did 2 marathons and a bunch of running.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
My thing is I get bored. I just get bored. Like, especially when I run the road. If I run a road that I've cycled on before, that's the worst feeling in the world. Because, like, you're just used to flying through things. And then all of a sudden and then the other day I was running on a Saturday, like a morning. And the big, like, fun group ride passed me. And it was like 50 people just ripping. And I was just like, this is the worst decision I've made in a long time to come running. And I could have been riding with those guys. Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, biking, running, whatever. I have started this, and maybe I might be a psychopath based on what the internet says. I've fallen in love running and biking without music. I'll just ride my bike, go for a 4-hour ride, no headphones, just me and my freaking mind and my camera, obviously.
A little scary.
Like, do you guys ride with headphones and stuff, or?
I ride with headphones, but I listen to podcasts usually.
Mixed services.
Yeah, now that would be psycho. If I listen to my own podcast, and that would be weird. Yeah, I don't listen to this podcast. I mark it as played so we get the views, but I don't listen to it because I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear my voice. Hey, you better not
tell people that. We need the listening, so that we can get the Seattle trip is not going to get paid.
I take it back. I do listen to it. I listen to it like tomorrow morning if Aria gets his act together and he uploads it. I will listen to it tomorrow morning while my daughters are getting ready because my older daughter thinks that I'm on TV. So she always wants to see Dada on TV. So
yeah.
I will have it. I will have the audio version out tomorrow. By the way, I've been running behind, but we're up to date. This is the only one. Everything is out.
Nice. So I listen to if I'm on a gravel ride, like a training gravel ride where I'm just kind of going out and up the hill. I'll listen to a podcast maybe, but if I do a mountain bike ride, I'm listening to music.
If I do a mountain bike ride, I don't listen to anything.
Or anything, or nothing at all, yeah.
I don't like to listen to anything when I'm mountain biking because I like to hear, because there are noises that you need to hear. Like if you clip a rock and you hear that rubber and you're like, oh, did I slash a sidewall? Or if you hear a spoke or, there are noises that if you feel it, you freak out. If you hear it, it doesn't freak you out so much. But yeah, John Smith. That's fair.
Yeah, no, John, I agree, man. Actually, I just started doing that. So yesterday I was at Woodpecker. I did a quick or early afternoon ride. And the section when you're almost coming back to the trailhead where you go under the bridge, right? This road. But before you hit that section, there's maybe 100 meters before you get to that. When you come around a curve heading east. That section is one way. I come up flying. And this lady is on her townie bike, also going the wrong way. And she's yelling at me that I'm riding too fast on the trail. I'm like, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
We don't have these issues at all. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to argue with you.
Well, for one thing, we know she was wrong that you were definitely not riding too fast on the trail because that's just not a thing that I see a lot with Aria riding too fast on a trail. But no, that's no good. I almost hit somebody the other day too, dude. One-way trails, especially beginner trails that are multi-directional or things like that.
Yeah.
Man, we have a place here in Chattanooga that's way, and I don't ride it because I've almost just decapitated several labradoodles with people walking their dogs, and I feel bad. They're angry. It's just never fun. But
Yeah, no, but there's a woodpecker. There's a sign right there that tells you,
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, people don't read that
Going the
though.
wrong way. And I can see if they're actually hiking or walking, that it's probably easier for them to jump off the road versus both of us going at, let's say, 10 miles an hour. Like you coming at each other so fast. But luckily I was able to, to bail out. But she had some stuff to say about it. I was like, all right, man, you're going the wrong way, but have a nice day.
I head on hit 2 people at woodpecker.
Oh, see.
I ran into I forget it. It wasn't Jason McCartney. Who was the other fast guy from Iowa City there?
Your mom?
Ryan, was it Ryan Egan?
Yeah, Ryan Egan. No, there were 2 guys. We were on cross bikes one day, and this is before it was directional, before Whirlwill took it over, and we clipped bars. We almost hooked bars, and then going, when they made the cut underneath the bridge under Camp Cardinal.
Yep.
And me and this guy Tom were coming head on, and it was kind of growed in there where you kind of couldn't see underneath the bridge. We come around the corner, boom, hit each other. He went down pretty hard.
I think that's why they've cleared that section up. It's nice now because I could see that happening a lot. Speaking of which, Drama this last weekend.
Yeah. Pretty good race, I think.
Do you guys follow at all any of the racing?
Nope, I tried. I was so frustrated with the fact that I went on USAC's Instagram, and they're like live results, right? Live timing right here, and I click it, and all it was the juniors or 13, 14-year-old, the DNSs and the DNFs. There wasn't even any live tracking for it until 2 hours into the race. I felt so I quit watching or trying to follow.
Yeah, it was kind of painful. Do we know how USAC gets its funding? Is it through just strictly memberships, or that donations, or
all those fines they rack up with the UCI road, with the people peeing on the side of the road and throwing bottles at the wrong places, and all those Swiss francs they rack up.
I saw that there were a couple of people from Iowa City that did well.
Yeah.
Nate
Coolboom. I don't know is that how you spell his last name or pronounce it, I guess.
I think it's Nate Coolbaum.
So what happened?
No, I don't know how you say it.
Coolbaum. He was fast in his 40 to 49.
40 to 49, national champion.
I feel like that's probably the toughest category, to win, for amateurs. Don't you think? Which one do you think is harder?
Whatever mine is, obviously. No, it's the 30 to 34 or the 35 to 39. Those are the hardest. Those are without a doubt the deepest fields.
The 40 to 49 is also tough because a lot of those guys have a lot of time to ride bikes because
and testosterone replacement that helps a lot too.
Yeah. You gotta get it right.
Not only Nate though, Lou, Brian's daughter, they got first in I think the 11 to 12 category, and then Axel.
Who's that one?
How do you say Brian? He's that tall, gingery guy.
Brensmeyer.
Oh, yes, Brandmeister or something.
Yeah, that
guy. Yeah.
So they got first in the 11, 12 or 13, 14 or something, and then Axel, he's that kid always up at the front of Monday Night Gravel, just ripping it.
Yeah.
He got 7th overall, I think, and then Mason. I think Mason got 2nd or 3rd. I think he got popped at the last bit and didn't win, but.
Where was the race?
It was somewhere in Wisconsin, Michigan?
Minnesota. I thought.
Minnesota, yeah, in the Driftless region.
Yeah, it was really hilly apparently.
Also, Marisa van der Bos out in Des Moines. She won the women's in her age category also. which
I
I
was
think
showing out.
Yeah, and I think it suited those guys a lot, Marissa, Nate, because all those guys are rest up in what's a Bag, and then there's the other gravel race. Oh, I forget now, but there's some, and Bag. Man, I'm having a mind blank here. But there's another gravel
Someone
race.
drop it in the chat.
Driftless.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was that same terrain.
Yeah. Those climbs are hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, 0.2 miles at 16% sometimes. Like I don't know what the course looked like for them. Unfortunately, because no one filmed it and there was no coverage. So I have no idea what it looked like. But
I reached out to you, Stack. I'm like, hey guys, I'll come film this for you guys, and
put us out
I'm
there.
like, no, $3,000. You provide the side by side, and I'll bring my guys. And they're like, no, can you do it for 500? I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah, at least pay our expenses to get out there.
That doesn't work. So.
Yeah, that's annoying. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think Braden Lang won the men's elite and Lauren Stevens won the women's elite. So kind of surprising. I was kind of surprised with the top 3 of the men's because you had Braden Lang and then Michael Garrison, who's a crit boy. I mean, kind of a jack of all trades, but definitely a crit racer. He's raced a little bit of gravel, but props to him. And then I think Cole Patton, was he third? I don't remember who was third. But yeah, Alexi was there. I mean, there were a lot of guys that were there that I thought would do.
Was Keegan there? Did Keegan go?
I think he did. I don't know. Let me look at the results.
I'm pulling them up right now.
I was trying to look at them now. I can't find them.
Chase Ward? Yeah. Chase Ward getting 5th. That's pretty cool.
Well, that would make sense because that's his, that's his neck of the woods up there. That's the stuff that he likes. Man, some of these websites are kind of garbage. Like results should have its own time.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad.
I shouldn't have to dig 6 menus deep to find it. Bear with us here while we find the information, people.
I don't even think it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
I think the big thing though is it was kind of not exactly who I expected to win. It kind of makes me feel like Keegan was burnt out from travel, from Marathon Worlds, from Chequamegon, and also knowing that Big Sugar and Little Sugar are coming up. He's like, I mean, he's got the world championship jersey for mountain biking. The U.S. national jersey doesn't do a whole lot for him. He's already won that.
Everybody knew that if they weren't on camera, why do it?
Well, I also heard that the payout dropped, was not as high, and so I think some of those guys, and this is how they make their money. They win bike races, and it's like, why show up to a bike race where I can't win any money?
Yeah, but seriously, not going to get any exposure, and you're not going to make any money. So,
yeah, I mean, I think while gravel's doing a good job, there's 2 types of gravel, right? There's community events, and those events usually do a really good job of covering everything. I think about Mid-South, I think about Iceman, Gravel Locos, but then there are some races, especially the ones that are USAC, that, I mean, I would love to get involved in that and think that it's cool, but I just don't think it's that cool when I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It seems like an afterthought to a lot of people.
I want to do that Iceman Cometh someday. I want to do that. That's one of my
Me too.
Well, maybe we do Sea Otter, which is the first race of the year, and then we have a rematch at Iceman at the end of the year.
Ooh.
We could do that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm working on my training. I don't know about you guys. Grandma's busy running through the grass.
I'm not training at all.
You don't need to.
So what's this whole, selling and buying used bikes? Graham, did you put that up there?
Yeah, I mean, I was just I was staring at my bikes the other day and thinking about which bikes I want to sell and which bikes I want to, buy. And I mean, the market, Jason, you can probably attest to this, or anybody that's tried to sell a bike recently, it's scary how bad it is because there, like even last year's top end bikes that are, top of the line carbon with top end specs. I mean, you're able to get a comparable bike for like $3,000 to $4,000 less, especially mountain bikes these days.
Oh my God, discounts.
Yeah. And so it's just
unloading inventory.
Yeah. I was just curious, like, what are people doing? Because like, it almost seems like a chicken or egg situation. You got to sell your bike and then so you can buy another bike. But if you can't sell your bike, then how do you buy another bike? Are people keeping their old bikes and just buying new bikes? Or are they like, what are people doing? Maybe not a question for you guys, but like for anybody that's listening.
I don't know. I think all the stuff's going on Pink Bike. I think Pink Bike.
Because the Pros Club closed down and got rebranded, right? Did they get rebranded to something else?
I thought they opened back up as the Pros Closet. I don't know.
They did.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay, they came back.
They're not giving good prices for bikes though. So
for used bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're selling these new bikes like the brand, like I get you're gonna make a profit, but you can't sell a brand new bike for the price. I mean, a used bike for the price of like I could go get a brand new one for that same price.
Yeah. I feel like we're on like this in this weird dichotomy where it's like there's sticker shock when people walk into bike shops and they see how expensive bikes are, but then there's sticker shock when they try to sell their bikes and they realize that no one's going to give them what they think that their bike is worth. And they're just like on the opposite ends of the spectrum being like, holy shit, what is going on?
Yeah, seriously. It's like, man, like this industry is like, you get gypped.
Have you guys tried to sell a bike recently?
It's going like all over the place now. I mean, parts are all over the place. Builds are all over the place.
I usually don't sell my bikes. Once I'm done with my bike, I donate it. I send it to Africa.
Dang.
Somebody
in Africa's riding some nice bikes.
Yeah, dude. Someone's whipping around.
Well, there's a lot of kids that are that work with Ian Boswell and what's his name, Lachlan, and that's there's a cycling club in Uganda, and they don't have the resources to buy even a $500 bike.
Sure.
So I'm like, by the time I will and deal on Facebook Marketplace, I just usually donate it, and then somebody else can start their career that I never had. So
who do you should drop the link if you got a good resource for where people can do that, because like for me that would be intimidating, like the process of like, okay, if I'm donating to Africa, like how do I box it up? Like who do I send it to? How do I know that this is a good charity? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you got do you have info on that, or could you drop some things in the show notes?
I'll put the link of the cycling club in the show notes, and also here once we're done streaming. That way you guys can follow them. They have an Instagram account. They always post stuff to show, like last year I sent like 10 tablets. Jason, you might have been part of that group but I reached out to a bunch of my friends. I'm like, hey, you guys have some old tablets, because they're doing Zwift racing, but they need computers.
Yeah.
So tablets do it, just in the modern tablets, pretty good. So we collected like 10 iPads, and Kim, one of our friends, she was going down there. She took him and hand delivered them to them.
That's cool.
They even put it. Yeah. So I'll put the link there. I feel like it's, it's going to a good cause. It's not going to become e-waste immediately, and someone's going to ride it and maybe get a career or maybe a contract. Some of those kids have been getting European contracts. So it's a small price. Yeah. But yeah, we'll drop the notes in there.
I sold a mountain bike earlier this year to buy my new mountain bike, and I just sold it to a friend that was looking for one. So
it's always nice to have.
And then I've had luck on Facebook Marketplace selling bikes. I've had luck selling some bikes, and I've had luck I haven't been lucky selling other bikes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like so I was talking to my mechanic at the shop, and he's got like a Rail 9.8. So that's the enduro mountain bike. That's like perfect for around here. And he's really taking great care of it. And he's got an extra battery to go with it too. And he's trying to sell. I think he dropped the price down to like $3,500 and could not sell it. And I think e-bikes are the struggle right now. Like they are just hard to move because the major retailers are just pricing the late models just like so low. Maria, what are you even looking at?
So nice. Hey, this is a pretty sweet looking bike though. Look at that chainring. You are taking Keegan in the sprint for sure. Right, wouldn't you say? Now I was looking at this, it's titanium. It's one of those breakaway bikes.
It's a Dean. Okay. It's a Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the guys in the shop has a tie framed. Oh, what the heck is it? Alinsky. He's got it laced up pretty nice with really good brakes, drivetrain, everything. He can't get $3,500 for it, a tie frame.
Yeah.
And then get this. There's another guy selling a bike at our shop. It's a Santa Cruz Bronson, so it's like 160 back, 170 front. So it's an enduro bike, okay? And I almost bought it to take it on the trip I'm going on.
Sure.
This guy swapped all the bolts and put titanium bolts in it. Carbon wheels. It weighs like 30 pounds. It is super stupid light. He took all the frame apart. It's that full suspension. He broke stripped the whole frame down to just bare bones, bare frame. And then he did the shrink wrap, rod wrap stuff all over it. So nothing's getting scratched. What?
The problem is though, is like people just don't care about that. Yeah, they just don't. You can upgrade brakes, you can upgrade bars, you can put a cool stem on there, you can do all these super cool things and spend thousands of dollars upgrading your bike. No one cares. Like I think the best thing that you could probably do if you're going to sell a bike is buy a bike, take the wheels off of it, put whatever wheel set you want on there, ride the hell out of it, pull that wheel set off, put the stock wheel set on and sell it. Because otherwise otherwise you're just wasting your time. And it does.
Saying?
Huh?
What's that saying? One man's treasure is another man's garbage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what?
One man's treasure is another man's garbage.
Oh, I thought you said cabbage, and I was like, what?
Cabbage sounds pretty good right about now.
Shoot.
I'm vegan nowadays.
You're vegan.
I like cabbage.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to keep a lot of my bikes too. But really, the only thing I'm trading around is my cross-country mountain bike now. I just got a new one, so I'm going to keep it for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Let's talk mountain bikes. I don't know how many of our listeners mountain bike, but anyways, let's talk mountain bikes. Maybe we can talk road bikes, gravel bikes too. What are the worthwhile like investments or upgrades to do on a mountain bike to where you're going to get the most enjoyment out of the ride? You're going to enjoy those parts, and then it's also going to, if not increase the value of the bike, not put you in a position where you think it's overvalued than compared to where it is, and you don't feel bad selling it for a price. You know what I'm saying?
So I would say wheels and then suspension.
Suspension, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
cut down your handlebars down to 640 instead of 700.
All right.
Well, so our shop guy is turning into like a suspension guru.
Okay.
Like he's doing all the stuff, and I tell you what, I'm not like a downhill guy, but I can tell, and usually I put 50 or 60 or 90 or whatever PSI in the shock, and I ride, and I don't. But man, I can tell the difference between a suspension that has been properly tuned and set up and one that just even comes out of the factory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to learn that some of the qualities on some of these shocks, the Fox and the Rock shocks and stuff, it's not always there, quality wise.
So you would do wheels going to now. When you say wheels, are you more focused on the hubs? Or are you more focused on the aluminum versus carbon?
I think it's both. I want a nice light, stiff package of wheels with a hub with a hub that's got really good engagement.
See, that's my thing. Is I would rather like have a hub with really good engagement on a set of aluminum wheels than I would have a shitty hub that doesn't engage well and then carbon wheels. Yeah. Because my other thing too is like especially mountain biking, like you are going to ding your wheels. If you're running your tire pressure correctly, you're gonna ding your wheels. And unless you have like a really good crash replacement, there might be a chance that you break a wheel. And I would much rather break or like bend an aluminum wheel and pay, $150 for a new rim than
aluminum is, they're getting so good with these wheels that some of the aluminum wheels are really rivaling the carbon.
Like the i9 aluminum wheels.
It's not carbon, I don't want it.
Well, no, dude, but like the i9 aluminum wheels, and don't quote me on this. Someone can quote me on this. I'm putting it on the internet, but I'm pretty sure that they're like.
Tell him. Yeah,
I think they're like 200 grams heavier than the carbon wheels. Like, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, and actually, so Taylor said that's one thing I actually will consider when I get a new mountain bike. Jason Graham, is bird wheels.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, because Yvonne has them on her mountain bike, and she liked the right quality, and it looks like if you get a stick in your spoke, it wouldn't break as the same way as having like the fully rigid spoke. So I definitely want to check that out. I agree on that.
Yeah, the aluminum, especially if you're doing like really hard, like cross country mountain biking, I would carbon. But if you're doing like backcountry mountain biking where you're going a lot of downhill stuff, you're maybe doing jumps, you're better off having aluminum.
Yeah.
Especially it's economical, you're just going to bang something up. A carbon will crack, whereas aluminum will bend, and you might be able to bend that aluminum back into place.
Yeah. All right, so you're doing wheels, and I think we definitively decided that if you're doing wheels and you got the option between a shitty hub engagement on carbon wheels versus a good hub engagement on aluminum wheels, you're going with the latter. And then you said, suspension. Okay, I like that. What about you, Aria? On a mountain bike, like what are the worthwhile upgrades to make?
Suspension for sure. I would definitely, that would be probably my number one thing, is making sure. Like Jason was saying, that's the one thing I feel like I don't know if I was listening to another podcast or something, but having a properly tuned fork, a suspension front and back, I feel like sounds like it makes a hell of a difference. If you're just kind of winging it or getting close enough, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So to me, I think really that's one thing I would really want to change, is look into getting my forks suspension nicely tuned.
So okay, but that's all right. So maybe then we say, because I was going to think about this too, with what you're saying, because both of you kind of alluded to, like, if you got a good suspension, that's all fine and good, but if it's not set up correctly, then like, what's the point in even having it? So I think that makes a lot of sense. So I was thinking about what my upgrade would be. I think the best thing that anybody can do, especially even on a mountain bike, is to find someone that knows how to set it up correctly, like everything from your suspension to your brake pull to everything like that as far as the mechanics go. And then also a bike fit. Like a bike fit goes a long freaking way. And I think that's what you're getting at, Aria, which is that, like, you want a professional to look at your bike and say, like, okay, is everything set up to my riding style, my weight, my nature? And then and then on top of that, it comes down to comfort. Like, I could get into a Mazda or like a Porsche, like 911, but my head's going to be sticking out the top of the freaking sunroof. Like, there's no point in me driving that car if I can't sit in it. It's like, I think a lot of people miss on that when it comes to mountain biking.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I guess I know, cross country mountain biking, you definitely need that bike fit. I don't know about the downhill or the enduro, that there's much.
Yeah, that's a good point
in there.
I think even the enduro, you probably want to be fitted right so that you can whip that bike and be in total control.
I've never heard of. Yeah, maybe. I've never.
Could be that.
I'm using my dropper post, which is
welcome,
which is fun.
No, you know what my 2 upgrades would be? I'll say them quickly because I don't think it's worth in investing in upgrading the suspension, like actually swapping shocks and swapping forks. I really don't. I don't agree with that. I think my 3 things would be tires is one, like swapping the tires from stock tires to something that you like. The second thing would be a dropper post, because some dropper posts are awful, and that can make a huge. Jason, I know you're new to the game, but a good dropper post versus a bad dropper post can make a huge difference. And then the third thing, out of left field, grips. I think grips are one of the most important things on a mountain bike. Yeah. And the combination with your glove, like the interaction with your gloves, like that can make or break your day. And I think if I'm thinking about buying a bike, knowing that I'm going to keep it for like 2 or 3 years, like, yeah, Taylor, I see you say brakes, man. But like like the labor involved, unless you're swapping your own brakes, the labor involved of like swapping the brakes, bleeding them, taking the brakes off, selling them, like to me, it's just not worth it because you're not going to get your money's worth at the end.
All these things that you and everybody is saying are all in my head, and I push and pull. And some of these things I put more stock into on, like if I treat things differently if I'm doing mountain biking or if I'm doing more enduro or if I'm doing more cross country, especially in the mountain bike field.
Yeah.
The brakes, Taylor said
it's Tyler. He goes by Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler.
He said brakes, and hell yeah, brakes is huge. That's another good one.
Yeah. That's an upgrade. Pull that back up. Because I was going to say pedals too, man. I think pedals are a huge thing. And so for people that don't know, Shimano's updated the XTR pedals and XTs as well. But the new cages, I think, look great because it looks like they're going to give a ton of stability relative to the old like trapezoid that they had on there. Like this, you could ride this with flats and get around pretty well.
Yeah.
No, those are pretty nice. So what did they improve? They said the seals are better. Seems like the seals were breaking on the old ones.
Dude, all right. On that note, sorry, real quick tangent. I've seen maybe 2 sets of pedals serviced in my life. Like, who worries about the seals and the cartridges and the bearings on pedals? Like, I've rarely seen a pair of Shimano pedals go bad.
You're not hardcore enough. You should go to the places I go, man. If you like do some like I did Lutz 99 once, and we rode like 100 miles in like paddles for like 30 miles. Everything was destroyed. My top fuel when I brought it in back in 2020 or something. But I destroyed my pedals at the time I was riding Shimano's and stuff. The water just riding through paddles for like a whole day. You totally did a number on just about everything.
No, I get that.
I run time pedals, and I've never worn out a set of pedals.
Me either. I've never worn out any pedals. I've broken a pedal. I have broken a pedal. Or broken several pedals, like just smashed them on rocks.
I've never broken one.
That's impressive. Maybe I need to switch to time. But yeah, dude, these new XTR pedals I think look pretty sweet. I saw them in person, and they look good. They're light. I just think that's perfect for mountain biking and gravel for that matter.
What kind of weights are they showing? Uriah?
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna come close to time pedals, because time is the king. The mud shedding on time pedals is just second to none.
Oh, that's
Right,
fair.
You right?
Well, I love my time pedals.
Right? Yeah.
I love my time pedals.
I don't ride the mud, so
let's, you need to get hardcore. Let's take a look at the weight here. Grams. Not you, grams.
Huh, never heard that before.
I don't see the info. If I find it, I'll share the info.
Yeah.
So what's this whole SRAM versus UCI? What's the
SRAM? SRAM is, I think they're suing UCI through a couple of other different bike races somehow. I don't know all the details on it, but it's all over the gearing. I did look into this. So right now, I think most of the gearing is 54 and 11 in the back.
Okay.
54 in the front and the back. Now, SRAM does a 54-10. Campagnol and Shimano are the 54-11.
Yeah.
So they want to change the rules. So and they're measuring it in meters, like kind of like gear inches, but it's gear meters because it's European. I think it's 10.49 or something is the SRAM, and I think they made it that you can't have more than 10.44, and that means SRAM has to re-engineer their whole drivetrain essentially because they're based on the 10.
10, yes.
The 10 tooth in the back. And if they change it down to if they drop down to a 53 or a 52 ring in the front, then that means that their gear inches or gear meters, whatever it is 10.43 instead of 10.44, 46, whatever Shimano. So it's giving them a disadvantage. I think it's totally legit.
So maybe give some context to the listeners. Why did the UCI ban this ratio?
I don't think any of this has been done yet.
Or why are they proposing?
Proposing it because they don't want the riders riding so fast.
So it's a safety thing. Yeah, so it's a safety play. So UCI, so for those of you who don't follow the obscure sport of pro road racing, the UCI is notorious for putting forth these arbitrary rules in the name of safety while still allowing vehicles to come onto active courses for protesters to block racers and knock them over and all these other good things. So so they decided that
fans are dangerous.
They decided that it is paramount to slow the racers down by reducing their gear ratios so that way they can't go so fast. But I think it's a bit of a joke. I don't think it's going to go anywhere long term. I think the sport of cycling as a whole is so tenuously poised to where it could easily fall off the wayside if a major brand loses its ability to sell these and use this technology that is the pinnacle of what the sport is, right? Like no punter that rides in the group ride should be able to do this if a pro can't do this. Like that's a little silly.
Yeah. So it's funny. It's funny that UCI just made the number just below the Shimano range. They picked that number that was right in between that they were going to screw SRAM, but not Shimano and Colnago.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that for the major markets in which there's actually advertising on these races, the races are getting shorter. And so I think say a race is 30 minutes shorter than what was expected. That might be 8 minutes of ad time that they don't get to sell. And so they're like, well, we can't have these fast races because the people aren't there to watch it. I mean, it's just commercial. It's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Probably the same thing when it comes to road closures and things like that. It's more difficult for them.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I feel like any sport like track and field, cycling, running, whatever, we want to see people go faster, right? Like, I think that's the whole goal.
Well, I think the Olympics is going to start making the track and field runners run slower. Like, I think they're going to start putting peanut butter or syrup or something on their feet to make them a little bit stickier.
No, but I mean, I think like what you have to understand about cycling, the professional road cycling, is that it's like probably like the only professional sport out there that's like, worldwide and ubiquitous across all these different countries, that there really is no protection for the sport itself, right? Everything is capitalistic in the sense that, teams are always searching for sponsors, races are always searching for advertising. Because it's a very high cost burden to put on races, to sponsor teams, like all the tech and things like that go into it. So I think no matter what, they're looking for any way that they can squeeze a little bit more money out of it for a little bit more entertainment. And I unfortunately think that that's the state of the sport right now. And if that doesn't happen, then the sport, could die. And that's why I was so sad. Sorry to get off on a tangent, but like I agree with John and Taylor in the chat. Like, the UCI sucks, man. They're not good. But like it was really unfortunate because like Grisha, what's his last name? He's one of the directors at Visma. But some of these major teams wanted to start one cycling, and that was going to be an alternative calendar to the UCI calendar. To basically, change the narrative a little bit and give a little bit more power to the riders, give a little bit more power to the teams, to where, teams weren't changing sponsors halfway through the year. And the UCI basically came through and said, nah, we're not going to sanction any of your races. If any of your racers go do this, then they're clearly not going to be eligible for any of the, like, your teams won't come to the Tour de France, your teams won't come to the Tour of Italy. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of old,
that sounds brutal,
French and Italian men that have just, made it really, really bad for the riders, I think.
It sounds like what they did to the PGA.
Yeah, it's like Live Golf, right? Yeah. Same thing. But the difference is that Live Golf was able to break off, and then it's done its thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but did the PGA not merge with Live?
No, I don't think they did.
It hasn't happened yet.
I don't think they merged, but I think they're not penalizing the golfers that do both.
Right. They found a way to peacefully coexist, right? And for the betterment of the sport, maybe. Like, two different types of fan bases. But I think it's really disappointing. But the UCI is trash. I agree.
Yeah. So hopefully they lose.
They probably will. I mean,
they will.
Again, for me, it's kind of like they did that something with the track and field, right? Now they make it to where, in the interest of making more money on the commercials, if you false start, you're automatically disqualified. So it's like these guys have trained and waited for 4 years to come to the Olympics, and a nerve, like you don't get a redo, you're out. It's the same thing. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I don't think it's going to be interesting. I think it's just they're just posturing. I think it's a way for them to say, like, okay, this makes sense. But yeah. So should we talk about? I wanted to talk a little bit about the new. Is it Lezyne or Lezyne? How do we say that? Chat.
Lezyne. Yes.
Lezyne. Yeah. So they got that new. So I really actually don't know anything about this new light other than the fact that it's claimed to, you don't need to have a head unit and it will alert you if there's a car approaching behind. So
that is amazing.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to open up the conversation a little bit, like just to have some fun and actually maybe something productive as opposed to just talk about how bad cycling is. But so Lezyne's jumped into the radar game similar to like Wahoo and Garmin have. I ride with the Garmin Varia. I love it. I think it's awesome. I think whatever you said.
Do you have the one with the camera or just a
No, I don't have the one with the camera. I have an older one, like the 510 or whatever it is, but I do love it. Just so much peace of mind when we talk about riding with headphones, like being able to see cars coming up behind you is really nice. But I think it's interesting because like as much tech as we see that comes out in the cycling industry, like very little of it is related to safety, minus helmets, right? And like the newest and greatest helmet. So I guess like just a fun question, like if there was an unlimited budget and you're running one of these, any company or your company is dedicated to creating safety products for cyclists, like what would you guys want to see that really you think would make your riding safer?
Oh, mine banning all cars.
That would take care of business overnight. We will be good to go. We will be good to go. So here in Iowa, they passed the hands-free law. Now, if you just even holding your phone in the hand, is like the cops will give you a ticket immediately. So the other day we were driving and we come to the stop sign and there's a pedestrian almost got ran over. But guess what? The University of Iowa cop was on their cell phone, almost ran over.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem,
Typical.
That's a great law, but they won't enforce it. I mean,
no,
that's the thing.
But so Yvonne has this thing called monkey lights in her wheels, on her Salsa Fargo, and then at night it's kind of overboard, but it displays this really cool pattern that you can see from miles. I wish somebody would rework that to make that a little more modern and where you can put that in your spokes somewhere and make it a little more visible for nighttime. But then when it's during the day and you turn them off, nobody can really tell if they're there. So I like to see that because I feel like that side profile a lot of times at night is you don't get seen. So for sure that.
So Rhea, I was thinking you were talking about the fatty strippers, and I was a little nervous where this was going.
Oh, no.
Yvonne used to, just kidding.
So you see what Lezyne did though here is so in the back of their headlight is also a brake light. I don't know how visible that is when you're sitting on your bike.
Wait, back of the headlight is a brake light?
Yeah.
What's the point in that?
I don't.
My fat ass is going to be right in front of that.
Yeah, you're going to be blocking that. You're like 6 feet wide. You're like the fridge. Remember that guy in football? But the biggest thing that they talked about is using this without a head unit, watch, nothing. I feel like everybody else. I don't know. I haven't tested actually the Wahoo, but
so what is
Wahoo,
it? It's an audible alert from your butt, really, from where the light is.
No, it would just like so. If you don't have a head unit, obviously you don't get any audible alerts. But the driver behind you, it will flash. It will change the flash sequence to alert them like, hey, there's a rider.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
but Garmin does that already.
Yes, but do they do it without being connected to a computer? Is the question.
Yeah, no, it'll do it. No, Garmin will do it if it's not connected to a computer. It'll still flash. It'll change the flash pattern.
Okay, so okay, so this is nothing new then. They haven't innovated anything then, according to you, then, right?
I mean, unless the price. I mean, I would wonder what's the cost of this thing.
Does it come with video? Does it take video?
No. But
what do you guys think about? What do you guys think about the video?
I think that I have not bought it yet because I just don't want to admit to myself that I would put one of those on my bike, primarily because I know that the only time that it's useful is when if you've recovered from the hospital and you're in a courtroom litigating. Like, and I just don't really want to think about that. Like,
Yvonne,
I tell you what,
I got that for Yvonne for Christmas a couple years ago.
Yeah,
the one with the camera.
Almost everybody in North Carolina had it when I was doing road rides, and some guy won. I mean, she was gonna get like a slap on the wrist, $50 fine, see you later, and he's like, "We have video of her on her phone
Right.
Right before I get ejected over her car. You can't tell me that's all you're going to give her is a slap on the wrist. Yeah. So, and I had a Cyclique one that was like the Garmin one. It had the video and stuff, and if it fell over, it recorded so much. But the mount broke on it almost immediately, and I had to like bungee it to the back of my bike and tape it there. And then it just quit altogether.
Yeah. You know what I want? Safety feature, and also just a feature. Yeah, just a fun feature is. I think it would be super cool, especially if you're riding gravel or road. Maybe not so much mountain biking, but they have the Hover Air, the new Aria. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So I would want a drone, small little drone that's like 8 to 10 feet above me at all times. That's got a tether, it would be tethered to you and it keeps up with you, but it's filming at all times. So just for fun, if you want to get, pictures and things like that, but it's also is so high up, it could call out safety issues because say it could go a little bit ahead of you. It could see down the road a little bit further. So if it sees an obstruction in the road or sees a car coming, same thing as radar, back and forth. And it could be lit, flashing. You're driving down the road and there's this flashing about the height of an 18-wheeler. I think it would draw a little bit more visibility. I always thought that would be a really cool thing. And then have your battery pack in your kit, and then it's just got a little tether to it, and it's always with you.
So you'll be looking on your phone as you're driving along, and you look up what's that flashing?
Yeah, well, I mean that's what they do anyways. So,
but that light cell technology is actually being displayed in a bunch of sci-fi movies. Where you run this long freaking cable that goes from Earth all the way into space and just powers a space elevator for eternity or some crap.
Well, that'd be the second version. The first version is the drone. The second is the space elevator. So
go all the way.
Yeah.
To the end of the universe here.
The other thing that I think would be really cool is I think I would purchase kit that has airbags in it. If it was breathable, I would purchase kit that had impact ready protection of ribs, come up the back of the spine. I know there's a couple out there that people have tried. I think Seth's. Yeah, that one's the dumbest thing in the world. These guys tried to start this up. It didn't work. They pulled it off the market, and then they're trying to bring it back again. But yeah. I don't want the handmaid's collar. I just want
this. Graham, you want this. We'll put a chain on it.
I mean, I'll take it for other reasons. I mean, it does look a little kinky, but not for cycling.
Not for cycling. It looks too hot,
No, but even for mountain biking, I would love people wear body armor. Having body armor that would have an inflatable cushion over the shoulders to keep yourself from dislocating your shoulder, breaking a collarbone.
Yeah.
I mean, there are ways to do that, and I think it would be totally worth it.
You can buy one. They're still for sale.
Yeah. Put it on my expense account with the company area.
All right.
Yeah.
You'll have to pay your own Seattle traffic because that's all that we got left.
Yeah, okay. I think that'd be sick. I just think crashes are inevitable, and so it's how do you make crashes safer? And I think they've done a good job around head protection and things like that, but body protection would be the next big thing.
I have a full face helmet right over there that I'm going to be wearing next week.
Smart.
Let's see it.
Put it on. Yeah, put it on.
Yeah, let's see if you look. We'll let you know if you should go get a new one tomorrow. If it's not a Fox helmet, we don't want it. Right, Taylor? If it's not a Graham head is big enough. So Jason, where'd you go? Friggin' Timbuktu? Oh, there we go. What brand is it?
It's a Stig. You look like the Stig.
What brand is it?
Troy Lee Designs, Alpine Stars.
All right, now what you guys say?
You can't hear us.
What's the brand?
What brand is it?
POC.
Okay, PLC.
No, POC.
You know what POC stands for?
Piece of crap.
People of Cycling.
That's lame.
I'm kidding. I just made that up.
what do people think POC stands for?
It's autographed. Yeah. I don't know who it's autographed for.
You autographed it. I think you got drunk one night and autographed it, right?
That would be fun.
It's like that one time I was hanging out with the Russians with drunk vodka. I don't remember anything after that.
Oh, man.
Let's see here.
Yeah, so gonna wear that, gonna wear the knee pads. I opted not to do the elbow pads.
Well, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I've been checking out a lot of the trails that we're probably going to be on, and nothing. I mean, it looks gnarly, but it doesn't look anything, out of my skill set necessarily. I just won't go 1,000 miles an hour. I'll be doing 50.
Are you gonna Strava these rides?
I'm gonna Strava, and I'm gonna take some. I'm doing some video too. I'm taking my awesome.
Okay, I found out what POC means. Piece of cake.
Oh, that's way cooler than people with cycling.
That is legit. I might want a POC helmet. Psych. No, I don't.
Yeah, we'll film it up. Jason, are you going to be able to join us abroad next week?
I might. Dude, I don't know.
You should try, man. You should try if you can, because, by the way, people, we have a very, very special guest next week. We're not going to announce it.
It's me.
Yeah, we have
we do have a special guest next week.
I would have to pop in on like a FaceTime somehow. How would that work?
Yeah, that would be fine.
And it would be, I would have to be FaceTiming you at 3 a.m.
I mean, we'll look at the time difference. We'll discuss offline. But if you can pop in and say hello to our special guest and bounce, that's fine.
Whatever. I would definitely be down for that.
Yeah,
I would definitely be down for that.
You don't get to meet this special guest every day, so So people will have a special guest next week. So stay tuned. Bring all your friends because it's gonna be a party. But anyway, we should close this down.
Yeah. Thanks for
shut it down.
Yeah, we're gonna shut it down. I wanted to kind of talk about, for our listeners, we have some exciting stuff coming up for the fall that we're still working our mandibles around, but we're working on it. We have some special stuff coming up. So for all you guys, Steve, John, Taylor, everybody, that's in the
Dirty
chat.
Spokes.
Yeah. Who's Dirty Spokes?
I don't know. I like the name.
I don't know.
Hey, Dirty Spokes. I do like that name.
Pretty
I like
sick.
that name. Yeah.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. Thanks for checking us out. But anyway, we're gonna close this out.
Sweet.
Until next week. Thank you guys for joining.
And thanks all the people that listen to us and aren't in the chat. All the people that listen to us during the week.
Apologies.
Yes.
Apologies that you have to listen to us. Like I hope you find something better to do with your life. Until then,
we will have an episode for you to listen to about this.
We'll be here.
Riding bikes and talking about bikes. Yeah, we really. Like Jason said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, because our audio only platform also is doing very well. So thank you very much, and we appreciate it. So your appreciation is not going unnoticed. So thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
thanks, guys.
Until next time.
Take it easy.
All right. Thanks, Dirty Spokes. Thanks for stopping in.